Alright the Reds, it's another walk in Reds from the Anfield Wrap with me, Gareth Roberts. This time I've walked down from the Dingle along Grafton Street to this area of town which is known as the Baltic Triangle. Fantastic story this for Liverpool, of redevelopment, of good ideas, of disused and desolate buildings brought back to life. I absolutely love this part of town. It's a great place to come for a drink, a great place to socialise, and if you're visiting the city, check it out. So yeah, on my way as ever to meet Neil to record the Anfield Wrap's preview show, this time previewing Liverpool's trip to Sheffield United, obviously playing them on Sunday evening. Sheffield United bottom of the league, only won 3 all season. Surely this is one Liverpool can win, but we'll talk about that in detail on the Anfield Wrap's preview show. If you want to watch that in full, subscribe to the Anfield Wrap. It's a fascinating part of Liverpool, this, because it shows you Liverpool's past as well as its present. And what I mean by that, there's huge warehouses all around, many of them listed, which are a legacy of when Liverpool was a thriving port, of course, and 40% of the world's trade once went through Liverpool. It's also worth saying though that, you know, you're walking through the likes of Jamaica Street when you're down this part of town, which is a legacy also of Liverpool's links with the slavery trade. 75% of Europe's slavery trade went through Liverpool. Not something to be proud of. A lot of the street names are named after people involved in slavery. There's been talk of explaining those names a bit more and explaining a bit more about the city's past. What I would say as well though is that there is the International Slavery Museum down at the Albert Dock, and it's absolutely brilliant. It does not shy away from the city's history and it tells it brilliantly. I've taken my kids down there, I will take them down there again, and I highly recommend you do the same. It is fascinating how areas like this in big cities can be brought to life, and there is a big story behind this one in that it was just industry here. It was dark, as I say, a bit desolate. It was even muted to be a red light area at one point. Thankfully that didn't happen, and instead we have what we have now, which is this vibrant area. But also rents here were about 20% cheaper than they are elsewhere in the city. There's much more places to park around here, and they made that the case for people who were involved in the businesses as well. So they made it easy, or easier, for people to start up here. And it's really, now it's absolutely booming. You've got bongos, bingo, which I'm sure you've all heard of. As I say, loads to see, loads to do. Eat, drink, watch music, all the stuff that we're missing in these times. But when it's back, get back here. It's only 10-15 minutes from the city centre. Good to see a Silent K sticker there. That's Dave McCabe's band of the Zootons fame. It's called Silent K because Dave is very proud of the fact, and rightly so, that he's from Knowsley, and Knowsley does include a K, which is silent, hence the name. So why is it called the Baltic Triangle, you might ask? Well, it is a triangular piece of land, if you like, which stretches from the back of Chinatown down to and including the old Cane's Brewery. The Baltic bit is said to come from trading with countries around the Baltic Sea once upon a time. There's a lot of wood stored around here, hence the name Norwegian Wood. Perhaps someone should do a song about that, eh? So today's preview, we are filming on Baltic Green, which is a little urban park in the middle of the Baltic Triangle. Loads of little bits of artwork and random bits of wood and what have you, but it's a nice place to stop and have a coffee and soak up a bit of sun, which we've got in Liverpool today, which is nice. And here are the boys right now. It's a glorious sunny day on Baltic Green, Neil.
It's genuinely, like, I feel like I've took off tight shoes here. I feel fantastic, to be quite honest with you. I've done a bit in the office this morning, no one else in, just me, because I was coming here afterwards, so I thought I'll get in early, do what I've got to do, get on top of a little bit of stuff and come down here. I've walked down, it's gorgeous. This place is just great, just people being creative and setting something up, and it's good for the little businesses that are around when things do reopen properly. I'm made up, to be honest with you. I mean, How can we not? We've got to win now, Sunday, just off the back of this.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's nice and sunny now. When the sun's out, it makes you feel good. But the Reds haven't been making us feel good. The only sort of solace I've got recently is I went on a big walk yesterday, and I decided to listen to a Sheffield United podcast, and I felt really sorry for the lads. I've got to be honest. They were just like, I mean, a lot of it sounded like us. I've got to be honest in that they were like, all our best players are injured. Then they were like, we do a lot of decent stuff in the middle of the park, but we fuck up in both boxes all the time. And I was like, hang on. But yeah, they've won 3 all season. They've lost 20. The fans didn't see them win a game till January. They scored 15 goals in the league all season. That is a joyless experience. They've won 6 all season, 3 of them are in the FA Cup. It's like, wow, sorry lads.
Yep.
And we're the 2 most affected sides, aren't we? Liverpool and Sheffield United, the ones with the biggest drop-off, if you like, from last season in terms of points won. Obviously people will say, well, maybe that's down to, you know, both sets of clubs have got good support and all that kind of stuff, but the injuries as well doesn't help. I mean, but all this said, we can surely beat them. Come on.
That's why, for me, you know, if they were full strength and we were where we are for injuries, we should still win. Like, I want no excuses, you know, we should still win if they were full strength. Being fair to them, I think he was underrated last season, and I think you've seen the value of Jack O'Connell for them on the left side of that centre-half 3. He was the most important one. Basham got loads of the praise, partially because his name's Basham and he looks like a Basham and he plays like a Basham, and then he's well better than that. And that was why he sort of got but O'Connell, he helped Ender Stevens play, he made that side of the pitch work for them. And as soon as he got injured this season, not dissimilar to Van Dijk in a way, but we still had Joe Gomez. They haven't got a Joe Gomez. Then we lost Joe Gomez, so we haven't got a Joe Gomez. There are no Joe Gomez's. So I think that has been massive for them. I think the other thing is